Welcome, friends. So, as we were discussing about source, and today I'm going to cover about surfaces. Surfaces, you can have a big list. The first and foremost, I would consider paper, canvas, wood, stone, wall, steel, clay, many. Now, what should be the quality of the surface? First of all, it should be thick enough so that it doesn't bleed or it is not getting impression on the other side. So there is one measure for the paper which is known as GSM. It is a gram per square meter. And the GSM, if it is less, then it will not be so thick. And more the GSM, more the thickness. And the compromise is on something which is we call granules or teeth. So when you consider a smooth paper, it will not have teeth. The roughness or granules, what you see on the paper. If you want to observe the teeth, take the pencil and have the light strokes. You will find that the granules are visible. So, when it comes to paper, I always prefer the paper with teeth. And my most favorite paper is having 120 GSM and Fabriano. So let me show you. This is the Fabriano 120 GSM. You can see here 120 gram per square meter. So this paper, and if you can see here, but you cannot see the teeth. But the idea is, let me take another piece of paper which is around 120 GSM, and you can see here I have made some shades. I've used a pencil and applied it on the surface, and you can see that the granules are there. And in this area, the tip is filled with the dust of the pencil, and that is how the this is useful, and this is my lifeline as far as the strokes are concerned in any charcoal, graphite, black and white or colored. So this is what I mean by the texture. So whether you want the texture of the trees, you want the texture of the wall of the house or land or any other engineering material, something like uh, the whatever you consider lighthouse or any other house, cabin, tree house. So those are the objects or subject matter in any landscape art or any landscape particularly. So this is what we consider as the the quality of the surface. Now, smoother the paper, you will not find this kind of texture. Now, somebody may say that when it comes to portrait, what do we expect? Would you expect this to be the textured or the granular like this, or whether it should be smooth? Now, when you draw a portrait, the face has got non-smooth surface. When I say non-smooth, for example, you consider the skin, and skin itself is having a texture. Then you have freckles. Then you have some kind of boils or whatever. Now, idea of a portrait is not to make a very smooth um, marble type skin or face. So the reality comes when you see the texture. Another important thing is when you are drawing the mustache, and whether it's a black or white or mixture of that, the that is demanding a high degree of texture. Similarly, freckles, hair. So all these elements, when you put it in landscape or portrait, you require a granular surface or a paper or canvas with a texture, with the texture and graphic and graphite, I mean the granularity. Now, when you talk about paper versus canvas, canvas is, yes, it is better, it is durable. I understand and I agree. When it comes to other form of surfaces like wood, yeah, it is much more permanent. Stone, wall, steel, clay, they are all more permanent compared to paper. But what my personal taste is, I prefer paper compared to canvas. The texture which I get in paper, I can never get it in canvas because canvas texture is a very, very unique and very uniform. And as far as paper is concerned, consider 120 GSM, 200 GSM, 300 GSM, 400 GSM, 600 GSM. The thickness increases, and so also the granularity also is increasing. So the paper which I have shown you, that is Fabriano and 120 GSM, for me it is most ideal for making the landscape which is full of textures. And particularly when I use art material of charcoal pencil, charcoal sticks, graphite sticks, graphite pencil, and soft or hard or whatever. But those material are very, very going well with the this Fabriano papers. Not in terms of, I would say, the price and other things. Yes, that is also one of the consideration. But for me, this is a de facto standard which I have made. So this is a small session about the surface, and in next session I would like to cover how different material go with the paper. And the first and foremost, I would like to say that landscape is made with strokes. So we will learn later what is stroke and how different strokes create different texture. And that is what is going to be my converging session. And then we can take some of my artwork and discuss how those strokes are made. So it is going to be my pleasure to share with you the tips and techniques, what I do and what I apply. Anyway, thank you very much, and see you in the next session. Bye bye.